Hi guys, good evening from Taguig. Let's wait for everyone to join us for this Facebook Live session before we start posting all of the stocks that I have in store for you. So just 1 minute. If you're watching this recorded video, you can skip to, I guess, the 1 or 2 minute mark before we start the Facebook Live session in itself. So there, and then for those who are joining us also that will look at the recorded version, this will be in YouTube and in my website marvinbermo.com. So 1 minute, let's wait for everyone to join. If you're joining us for the first time and you'd like to be greeted, please post your name and from where you are from. So let's give it a go. And we now have people joining us. Good evening to Carlo Bingwa from BGC, JK Randa, Jean Terado, good evening to you. Jordan Diola from Dubai, Ken Bangnoy from Bacoor, Cavite, Charis Malihan from Quezon City, Marie Aquino from Quezon City as well, Allen Joseph Paule, June Ross from Bulacan. Good evening to all of you. I hope you guys are good, no? Hope you guys are doing well in spite of what's happening in the market. Janelle Reyes Nokov from Singapore. Good evening. I think, if I remember, Janelle, did you attend the seminar last May, no? Parang your name sounds very, very familiar to me. Jean Terado, where are you from? Gian Sikat from Doha, Qatar. Oy, Gian, next month na Doha, Qatar tayo. Mihan Dakyong from Russia. Danilo Silverio, good evening to you. Ken Bagnoy asking for BPI. Good evening. Alan Joseph Paule. Alan, are you from Alabang? The last time I remembered you're from Alabang, no? Res Kagata, good evening from Japan. Okay. So Janelle, you're just attending this November, so I'm excited to meet you. Hope please introduce yourself when we get to see each other. No, it's nice to see people who follow the Facebook Live session and you see them in real life. So it's amazing. Jean Tejaro from Cebu, Simeon from Hernandez from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Godfrey Rosil from Cebu. All right. Before I give the stocks that you've requested, sorry I wasn't able to do a stocks by request last week. It was really, really hectic for me this week. Then it's a bit hectic because we have Davao and then Cebu right after that. But it's okay. At least I have this time to be able to do it. The market, for those who follow the Facebook Live session yesterday and also those who watched Bloomberg this morning in my guesting, I mentioned that if we fail to break out or if we fail to hold 8.5, we all know naman from the start that a breakout from 8.1, the target price is 8,500. So what's interesting, we hit our target price, we hit our technical target price, hence the breakout, hence the movement, hence the correction that's happening that you're actually seeing. So I mentioned in the Bloomberg interview that if the market fails to break out from 8.5 or if it fails to stay above 8.5, we may expect a short correction. So that's what we're seeing right now. The question is though, is this correction strong enough to be able to destroy the trend? Is this strong enough to be able to destroy the bullishness of the market? So here's the thing, if the market doesn't stay above 8.5, a possible movement downward will be around 8.3, which is a very, very shallow support. But as long as 8.1 and 7.7 will hold, you can expect the market to be relatively bullish for the short, mid, and long term. So there's nothing to be worried about yet. There's nothing to be scared about. A one-day's movement cannot destroy the strength of the trend that we currently have. So that's it. You have Jonas Fernandez asking for Double Dragon. Wilson C saying good evening. Judith Lopez Maro asking for CHP. Please comment comment also from where you are, so at least I know what city you are from. It's nice to see na madami. This is like a global thing, no, that we are seeing different kababayans from different parts of the world. We have Russia, we have the Middle East, then we have Asia, Southeast Asia, Japan, East Asia joining us also. So the more kababayans represented, the more amazing it is. Alright, Marvin Cruz, sabi niya Lodi. Ang dami ko nakikita ng Lodi. What does Lodi actually mean? I'm not too familiar with some of the terms that's being used right now. Anyways, the first stock that I would like to mention is Ayala Land. Ayala Land, ALI, no. So I hope we get to as much stocks as possible, especially that I have a few minutes. I have dinner also in a bit with my wife and some friends. So first stock, Ayala Land. Number one, Ayala Land for position traders is still pretty much in an uptrend. So position traders, there's nothing to worry about yet. There's nothing. The stock is not yet reversing from an uptrend to a downtrend. But what you're seeing now is this. Since it was not able to break out of the 46 resistance, the downward movement is what is commensurated by that. So Ayala Land 46 failure to break out from 46. That's why you're seeing the movement downward. For people watching Ayala Land and you're a quick trader, please watch out for the support at 42. I repeat, please watch out for the support at 42. If it fails to hold the support, the stock may drop down to around 39 pesos per share. So for Ayala Land, because of its failure to break out of 45.9 or 46, that's why we're experiencing a downward movement. Again, it's not strong enough yet to break the trend. For the short term, though, for the short term, we're experiencing a correction. For Ayala Land, please watch the 42 level. So this can be a trading plan for people who are relatively doing quick trades. If Ayala Land at the 42 peso level will hold, you may buy at 42, target price is 46. I repeat, you may buy at 42, target price is 46. A buy at 42 and a sell at 46 would give you a 9.8 or 10% upside for the stock. If 42 does not hold, please avoid the stock. It may go down further to 39. Please take note of this. Ayala Land's strongest support is at 39. If it fails to bounce from 39, Ayala now will become bearish. So two levels that we need to watch out for: bounce from 42 and there's very, very strong support at 39 pesos per share. So first stock, we have Ayala Land. Ryan Corral from New York City, good evening to you. Buds Chard watching from Fairview asking for IMI. Jonas Fernandez asking for nickel. Pang Abena from Dubai. Ang dami nagre-request ng Maca. Geraldine Rivera. Ralph who's a registered nurse, malapit na daw siya mag-invest. Richard Estigoy from North Carolina. Speaking of the US, no, nakakalungkot for those who are watching basketball. I was rooting for Boston, but I don't know what's happening to their chances right now that Gordon Hayward got injured. So it's a sad day for Boston fans. Sheng Jojo Bakayo from London asking for SM Prime and East West Bank. Jojo, I hope to meet you this January when we go to when we go to London for our very, very, very first Stock Smarts London event. So I hope you and your friends can join us as well. So because it's something that we've really prepared hard for as well, to make it work and make it happen. So for Ayala Corp, good news for position traders and quick traders. The stock is still there's no sell signal for the stock yet. I repeat. For quick traders and position traders, there's no sell signal for the stock yet. Position traders, the trend is pretty much bullish. You can still hold on to your position. For quick traders, also, 1 day's movement can be a trigger that there's now a resistance forming at around 1.1. But we've mentioned it also that for those who followed my previous post, the breakout from 900 will give us a target price of around 1,100. So Ayala Corp is now close to our first target price, the one that we mentioned a couple of weeks back. From the breakout of 900 again, from the breakout of 900, 1.1 is our target price. So watch out. This today is already an evidence that it's experiencing resistance at around 1.1. So failure to break out from 1.1 can be a trigger for you to take profits. But from a quick trading point of view, we still have some oscillators that are still showing upward movement. So at this point in time, position traders, no sell signal yet for Ayala Corp. Quick traders, no sell signal yet, but it can be a warning sign already that 1.1 is not was not breached very, very successful. So alright, so again, this is two different perspectives. Ayala Ayala Land already failed to break out from 45, 46. That's why you're seeing it correct, while Ayala Corp is still breaching new highs. Alright, so another stock that's similar to Ayala Corp is BDO. Comment below if you guys have BDO. BDO also is surging into new highs. Now BDO is moving up like it has never seen before. BDO is amazing. No sell signal yet. If you're holding BDO, short, mid, and long-term oscillators are still showing bullishness. All parameters are still showing that there's no trigger yet to take profits. So again, the biggest temptation kasi pag ganito, the biggest temptation when the market is up and you've experienced a gain already is to sell when you see one down movement in the stock. You have to remember this. I've experienced it so many times also that when stocks would go up in great runs, then suddenly boom, one black candle, two black candles, and before napapabenta ako kagad. The thing about that when you sell kasi is since the trend is still up, maybe one or two corrections lang and then the market will move past again and go higher. So again, when the market is bullish, when the market is in an uptrend, please remember the trend is your friend. No one single day move can destroy the trend. So for BDO, no sell signal yet for quick and position traders. Hold your positions as of this point in time. For those who positioned early, congratulations as well. Next, talked about Ayala Land, talked about Ayala Corp, talked about BDO. Now let's talk about another bank. It's competitor, Bank of the Philippine Islands. Comment below who among you have BPI, because BPI is in a different situation. If BDO is breaking out, BDO is breaking out, BPI is not. BPI is not doing so well. It failed, and if it failed to hold the support at around 100 pesos per share. I repeat, BDO failed to hold the 100 peso support range. That's why you're now seeing BDO being bearish. I repeat, BPI is now bearish for the short, mid, and long term. So my suggestion is this: I hope you're not buying the stock yet because it's currently breaking down. From the breakdown of 100, the stock will probably fall. Here are the two possible drop points or the possible retracement levels for BPI. If it does not go back to 100, possible areas where it could drop is 94 or 95 levels, and as low as 91 pesos per share. So if you're a position trader, please avoid BPI as of this point in time. If you're a quick trader also, please avoid BPI as of this point in time. Again, contrasting views. BDO is headed up, no sell signal yet. BPI is breaking down for the short, mid, and long term. No buy signal for BPI. Alright, we now have 4 stocks: Ayala Land, Ayala Corp, BDO, BPI for our analysis. Before I continue, just a quick plug. All of our events, I really hope that for those that want to go and undergo a training module and want to learn the rudiments of how you can trade using technical analysis and fundamental analysis, I'd like to invite you to all of our events. No, this weekend will be in Davao. In the first week of November, we will be in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So if you know anyone from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, this is the first time we're doing it again in 2 years. I'd appreciate if you can invite them, tag them along also so they can join the event as well. Then after Malaysia, we will have StockSmart Sydney, Australia. Then StockSmart's Doha, Qatar. Then after Doha, Qatar, we will have Singapore. Then after Singapore, yan na, para sa mga taga Manila, StockSmart's Manila. 3 sessions, 3 weeks straight of StockSmart's Manila. Then we end the year with StockSmart's Taiwan. I might do a Hong Kong StockSmart's before we end the year. But I really hope if you're from Hong Kong and want to learn more about it, if it pushes through, please comment below. Please comment below as well. So there's all the plugging. Next year we will have CDO, London, then Dubai. Dubai, we will be there February 2018. So there. Next, we've talked about Jonas Fernandez asking about South Australia. South Australia is at Melbourne. We only have Sydney this November. So if you're close to Sydney, I hope to meet you and I hope to see you. So next, now we've gone through Ayala Corp stocks. Now let's look for the SM stocks naman. Paul Anthony Lopez, sabi niya, pabati daw. Ayun na, binabati kita, Res Kagata from Japan. Next year, hopefully we do it. Rian Milanos, good evening to you. Adelaide, wala pa, no schedule for Adelaide yet. Alright, let's look at the SM stocks first. SM stocks, I mentioned this in the Bloomberg interview. For those who supported and watched the Bloomberg interview, thank you so much. SM Prime just broke out from a sideways market, from a sideways consolidation pattern. No, the channel for SM Prime Holdings, it broke out from the 35 peso resistance level. So since it just broke out, we don't have any sell signal for the stock yet. Since it's still bullish for the short, mid, and long term, since from a position trading perspective, the stock is still in an uptrend, no sell signal. So very, very important if you're a quick trader, watch out for 37. If 37 will hold, I really believe that SM Prime Holdings can go to 40. So 37 holds, we could see the stock probably go to 40 pesos per share as our target price. If 37 does not hold, a possible drop will bring it to around 35 pesos per share. But as long as 35 will hold, please remember this, for SMPH, as long as 35 will hold, 40 pesos is pretty much in play. So as of this point in time, as of today's close, SM Prime Holdings, no sell signal yet for both quick traders and position traders. Now, SM, if you try to look now for those who have their charts open, BDO, Ayala Corp, and SM, their charts are pretty much the same. I repeat, their charts are pretty much the same. The trend is still up. It has one black candle but no sell signal for the stock as of this point in time. So SM, BDO, AC, no sell signal. Position trading and quick trading, hold your positions. Christy Frial from New Zealand, sabi niya, good morning. Bakit good morning? Madaling araw na. Oh, madaling araw niya sa New Zealand. Yeah. Alright. Good morning to you. Mavilyn Cagadas asking for URC. Peter Ohano from Macau, good evening to you. Onis Katapang asking for APX. So we've tackled so far Ayala Land, AC, BDO, PPI, SM Prime Holdings, SM. Alright. Ay, that's a good question. Ryan Callis asking for what is short selling. Sige, I'll try to make a video about short selling. Mel Bolain Cristao saying see you in Sydney. Oh wow, Stock Smart Sydney. See, I hope to see you there. What session are you joining? I hope to meet you personally. Sherry Garcia asking for DD. John Paulo Lim asking for URC. All right. Next stock. I've mentioned this in a lot of my, I guess, Bloomberg interviews and a lot of the stock by request sessions that we've done over the past few months. I'm talking about Pure Gold. I mentioned also that the target price for Pure Gold is 55. I repeat, the target price of Pure Gold is 55. However, as it hit 55, it did not break past 55 already. So that should have been our target. That should have been the sell signal. So whatever downward movement you are seeing for Pure Gold right now is because the stock failed to break out of 55 pesos per share. So I repeat, whatever downward movement you're seeing from Pure Gold right now is because it failed to break out of 55 pesos per share. So what's happening? A possible support that it can go down to from 55, possible support is 50 pesos per share. So please take note of this. You have a support for Pure Gold at 50 pesos per share. If 50 pesos does not hold, Pure Gold can drop to 47 pesos per share. So now, Pure Gold failed to break out of 55. That should have been a take profit point. It's now retracing to a support of 50. So please watch 50. Trading plan, if Pure Gold goes to 50 and it bounces, buy at 50, sell at 55. I repeat, if Pure Gold drops to 50 and it stays at 50 and it bounces, buy at 50, target price is 55. If 50 does not hold, the stock can drop to 47 pesos per share. Rosario Flonasca from Queensland, Australia, good evening to you. DST kayo ngayon, no? 10:30 na dyan. Then you have Claudine May from Doha, Qatar. So yeah, see you. Excited to see you guys there. Next stock, we're talking about Bloom. Ayan na, sakto si Pinky C asking for Bloom. Sakto ka, Pinky. Sakto yung pagka-login mo, meron tayo sa Bloom. FA Nohai from Kuala Lumpur asking for MPI. Yes, see you Stocks Marts Malaysia. We really hope that we get a good number there. No, thank you so much to Hervey Inocencio Garma for making this event possible as well. For those who have their charts, open, no, Bloom and Pure Gold looks pretty much the same. Again, Bloom and Pure Gold looks pretty much the same. Yung sa Pure Gold, the resistance was 55. Sa Bloom, yung resistance niya was 12. I mentioned it in a couple of videos, a couple of Facebook live sessions that a failure to break out from 12 for Bloom results in a target price, results in you selling as well, results in you taking profits in the stock. So whatever downward movement that you've seen in Bloom over the past few days is a result of it failing to break out of 12. So now, Bloom is also floating at the support. No, please jot this down. The resistance for Bloom as of this point in time is 12. The support is at 10 pesos per share for the stock. So a couple of things that you need to watch. The stock is now floating at 10. If it fails to hold, if it fails to stay above 10, the stock can go down to 8.8 pesos per share. So I repeat, the stock is at the support. If it fails to hold and stay above 10, it can go down to 8.8 pesos per share. That's the retracement. When that happens, please don't buy the stock yet. Please avoid the stock. But please note this for Bloom as your trading plan. Please note this for Bloom as your trading plan. There's a support at 10. If it bounces from 10, buy at 10. Target price is 12. So that's a good, I think, 12%, 20% na rin. 17 or 18% total as of that point in time. So bounce from 10, buy at 10. Target price is 12 pesos per share. Alright, for those who are attentive, ano na yung mga stocks na na-mention natin? I've mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stocks already. Anyone know what it is? While you're, please comment below if you remember all of the stocks. Randy Jamolange from West Africa. Hey, West Africa, good evening to you. Good evening, or is it good morning to people from West Africa? Fariba Garcia, good evening. Orlando, Austria, good evening to you. Leah Benaventura from Qatar. Nako Leah, tapos na yung Ayala Land was our first stock, but I hope to see you in Qatar this November. Walang makaalala. Okay lang. We've tackled Ayala Land, ACBDO, PPI, SM Prime, SM Pure Gold, and Bloom. O may taga China, Bumi VPN, bawal Facebook sa China. For those from China, thank you so much for joining us. Patakas yung paggamit nyo ng Facebook ngayon. Alright, so next stock, ayan. Madaming nagre-request ito. Sakto si Mix, mababa. Mix, anong request mo? Sakto ka, your request is what we're gonna talk about. I'm talking about Macro Asia. I guess one of the biggest news items also from Macro Asia, no, is it's gonna develop its own school, aviation school. So that's another trigger for it, and it's trying to delve into different areas na rin, and try to expand even further. Macro Asia is one of the most, I guess, profitable stocks this year. No, it's been amazing, and that's and look at this. Try to use Macro Asia, please, as a case in point, as a case study. Macro Asia moved from 2 to around 11 or 12 pesos per share. Pagdating niya sa 12, it started to retrace a bit. Then, after it retraced a bit, it started to boom, to pull up again. Kasi ganun nangyayari sa market eh. There will be stocks, there will be a time where it has to correct a bit, where it has to take a breather. You have to remember this. It's not a question whether stocks will correct. Every stock will correct it, but it's a question of what are you doing while the stock is correcting. It's a question of, are you the one panicking, selling, or are you the one following your plan? The way to make money in the market is if you follow your plan, if you follow it with conviction, if you follow it to the very, very letter, that walang emotions eh. So, kaya nga, I would say this every time. Ako, lahat ng emotions ko nakabuhos sa asawa ko. So, buhos silang lahat ng mga emotion nyo sa love life niyo. Very, very important yun. Anin nyo yung stocks kung wala kayong love life. Parang ganun. But anyways, this is a Mac is a great example of a stock that's bullish. The fundamentals really isn't there yet. It's just really about the news. It's just really about its acquisition plans. It's just really about its expansion plans. They're actually saying that they could earn more than $1 billion this year. So let's see if it will actually materialize. But either way, if it's news, hype, speculation, or just a promise of what it could be in the future, Mac is still bullish, short, mid, long term, no resistance. The stock has no resistance yet. So if you are holding Mac, no sell signal yet, you're a quick trader, hold your position. There's no sign yet that it's having a resistance. For position traders, the stock is still in an uptrend. You don't have any reversal signal yet, so there's no signal for you to sell as well. So you have Mac. Comment below kung masaya kayo sa Mac. Hector Cabos asking for ang daming request ni Hector Cabos. Randy Jamolonge. We've just go back to the video kanina. We've mentioned SM already. Alright, so just to recap our video, just to recap this, we've talked about Ali, AC, BDO, BPI, SM Prime, SM Pure Gold, Bloom, Macro Asia. Alright, our next stock is Jollibee, JFC. Sino sa inyo may Jollibee? Sino sa inyo may JFC? here's the thing about stocks, no. It's all about patterns. It's all about the study of technical analysis is under the notion that history repeats itself. What happened in the past can happen again. So if you try to look at Jollibee, Jollibee looks the same as Bloom. Jollibee looks the same as PGOLD. Jollibee looks the same as East West Bank. Jollibee looks the same as similar to SM Prime Holdings before it actually broke out. What do I mean by that? Jollibee had its move run up from 180 pesos per share, umakyat siya to around 250 pesos. However, this is where Jollibee is right now. Short term, Jollibee is now sideways. It's not going anywhere. Jollibee is not failed to break out of the 250 resistance level. I mentioned this, that if you're a quick trader, Jollibee fails to break out of 250, you may start to take profits. I repeat, if Jollibee fails to break out of 250, you may now take profits again. Jollibee is moving in a very thin range. You have a support at 240 and you have a resistance at 250 pesos per share. It's not like Bloom where you can buy at 10 and sell at 12 na medyo malaki yung distance niya. Please be sensitive when you are trading, no. Please be sensitive between the distance and of the support and the resistance. If it's not too attractive, hindi sulit yung trade sa inyo. So position traders, no sell signal as of this point in time because the trend is still up, the trend is still bullish. Nothing still has changed in terms of its trend, but Jollibee is now showing weakness. It failed to break out from 250 several times already. Please watch out though for 240. If 240 does not hold, I think Jollibee can retrace down to 235 to around 225 pesos per share. So please take note of that. Please watch that for Jollibee over the short term. Failure to hold 240 can lead it to go down to 235 to 225. Bounce from 240 can bring it to 250, but nothing will happen to JFC if it fails to break out from 250 pesos per share. So there we now have JFC. Next one, I'd like to talk about CHP. A lot of you have been requesting for CHP. A lot of you have been asking if it's worth buying already. To be honest, CHP, nothing has changed. The prevailing trend for CHP is still bearish. The prevailing trend for CHP is still in a downtrend. So for position traders, please still stay away from the stock. It's trying to build a support already at 5 pesos, but if it fails to hold 5 pesos, we may expect a larger downside for the stock as well. So a couple of things that you can possibly watch out for CHP is this. For position traders, again, no buy signal for CHP. I repeat, for position traders, no buy signal for CHP. But if CHP bounces from 5, you can buy at 5. Target price is 5.7 pesos per share. So CHP buy at 5. Target price is 5.7 pesos per share. That's roughly 10 to 12% gain if you're a quick trader. Position traders, please stay away from the stock as of this point in time. Next, CNPF, another C stock. Interesting, this is a really amazing company. However, the chart is bearish. I repeat, CNPF, if you're watching CNPF, the stock is bearish. Position trader ka, please avoid the stock as of this point in time. We don't have a buy signal for CNPF. I repeat, for position traders, we don't have a buy signal for CNPF. What's worrisome right now is, please, for CNPF and you're a quick trader, please watch out for 15.3 pesos per share. If CNPF fails to stay above 15.3 pesos per share, it can possibly go down and retrace further. Please take note of this. If CNPF does not hold 15.3, it could possibly go down to 14.3 pesos per share. I repeat, if CNPF fails to stay above 15.3, it could possibly drop to 14.3 pesos per share. But if it bounces from 15.3 pesos per share, it has a chance to rebound and go to 16.3. So CNPF support at 15.3. Fails to hold 15.3, can drop to 14.3 pesos per share. Bounce from 15.3, it can go back to 16.3 pesos per share. But for position traders, please stay away. Quick traders, please watch the 15.3 level. Very careful. Good evening to Roy Amorao. Roy Amorao, this is almost done. I'm excited for dinner. People from Singapore, thank you so much for your greetings. Next one, another stock. That's C. I'm talking about Certec. Sino sa inyo may Certec or Tech? Tech is similar. Tech, if you watch Tech, it's similar to Mac. No, Mac has been amazing. Tech also has been amazing as well. You have to remember this, tech went up but it consolidated and then retraced down, but it boom, it started to go up again. That's how markets work. We have several stocks like BDO, Ayala Corp, and SM that are bullish but have experienced a drop, so but if that drop does not destroy the trend, you can still expect it to go higher. Ganun din yung Sirtec, short, mid, long term, you own Sirtec, no sell signal yet, hold the stock. I'll update you when we have a reversal signal, but all oscillators, all price points are still pointing bullish movement upward for Sirtec. So congratulations for those who have Sirtec. The stock is up. How high is this? The stock is up almost 100% already, but no sell signal yet. Again, your goal while you're doing this, your goal for technical analysis, your goal for trading is to maximize your gains. As long as the stock is still moving up, you don't have to sell. Please hold your positions until you see the stock start to reverse. But as of this point in time, there's no reversal signal yet. So congratulations to all of you. All right, another C stock aside from Sirtec is Cebu Pacific. Alright, I have two more letter C stocks. Can you guess what it is? Can anyone guess what it is? Yung una, Cebu Pacific. Where's Cebu Pacific? Cebu Pacific, there. Okay, Cebu Pacific. If you try to look at patterns, so Cebu Pacific is similar to PGOLD, Bloom. It's similar to PGOLD, Bloom, and Jollibee, meaning the stock made its run up. Stock made its run up to 112 pesos per share, but it started to consolidate. So now, Cebu Pacific is still bullish for the long term. For position traders, the trend is still pretty much up. No sell signal yet, I repeat. For position traders watching Cebu Pacific, no sell signal yet. For quick traders though, because it failed to break out of 112, it should have been a take profit signal already. There's a resistance at 112, failure to break out from 112. Please take profits already for that stock. Failure to break out from 112, the stock can retrace back to 106 pesos per share. It's sideways now, 16, 112. It's oscillating at this point in time. So, failure to break out from 112, the stock could go down to 106. Failure to hold 16, we can see the stock go back to 102 or 100 pesos per share over the short term. So, case in point, quick traders, no buy signal, take profits already. Position traders, hold your positions. So, that's the difference between quick and position. Iba-iba kailangan natin tingnan. Okay. I'll end with this last two stocks. I mentioned there's another stock that starts with letter C, and then I'll end this Facebook live session with a stock that starts with letter M. But just a recap, we've talked about the PSEI to start with. We've talked about Ayala Land, AC, BDO, PTI, SM Prime Holdings, SM PureGold, Bloom, MAC, JFC, CHP, CNPF, Tech, and Cebu Pacific. Again, if you just joined us now, this will be in YouTube, this will be marvingirma.com. If you like to be updated with every time I do Facebook Live, please click the notification button so that you get notified. Ako, pangarap pala maging parte ng buhay nyo. But anyways, let's close this now. Yes, you're right. For those who mentioned CLC, we're talking about Chelsea. Chelsea, MACD, moving averages are showing downward momentum. The stock is bearish. Since the stock is bearish, the stock also broke down from the 9.5 peso support range. Why am I saying this? Chelsea, no buy signal. Chelsea, the stock has bearish momentum. Chelsea, we don't know how low it can go yet. I will give you an update, but why am I saying this? Chelsea, no buy signal. Stay away from the stock until it develops a support or until you see it start to reverse higher. Alright, lastly, stock starts with letter M. There you go. M, Mega World. Mega World, for those who have their charts open, again, is the same as Bloom, PureGold, Jollibee, and Cebu Pacific. The stock made its run up. If you remember, April this year, the Mega World moved from 3.4 to 5.5, which was a very, 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 very handsome gain already. And I guess in one of the Facebook live sessions, I mentioned that it was a 65% gain already. The resistance is 5.5 pesos per share. Failure to break out from that, for quick traders, it's a sell. I repeat, failure to break out from 5.5 already for quick traders, it's a sell. For position traders, the stock is still up. The stock is still in an uptrend, no sell signal yet for the stock. So Mega World, position traders, no sell signal yet. Quick traders, because of its failure to break out from 5.5, you may take profits. Because of its failure to break out from 5.5, the stock may go back down to 5 pesos per share. So for Mega World, if it goes down to 5, do the same trading plan as what we've mentioned for Bloom and Pure Gold. Goes back to 5, buy at 5, target price is 5.5 pesos per share, and that's how it is. You have to remember, movements, downward movements like this should not cause you to be scared, but cause you to revert back to your plan, and that's when money is made in the markets. Money is made when you stay away from your emotions, follow your trading plan, and you just trade based on a set of technicals or fundamental analysis. So I hope that this video is not something that's spoon feeding. It's not something that will cause you to buy just because I say it. I hope that as I do this, you open up your charts and you start analyzing it, because really my greatest desire is for you to gain the proper conviction that you get to know and to know and to know and to know that the stock is worth buying or not. Because at the end of the day, I really want to see you guys, those listening to this, to be profitable in the markets. I really want to see you guys earn in stock market, and I'm not doing this just to impress you guys, but I really want to start a movement. I really want that this creates change. Ang dami ng nakakalungkot yung mga what you see, yung mga sa jeepney drivers, yung mga sa strikes, ganun that's not my lot in life. My lot in life is to encourage you, equip you guys, so that you guys be profitable, so that more and more Filipinos will see na pwede umasenso sa Pilipinas, so that people around you will believe that it can be done. And I really believe that God can use people who are nothing and turn them into something. God can turn whatever faults you made into something that will be glorious later on, something that will give hope and inspiration to a lot of people. And I hope that whatever mistakes that you've made in your past, I hope that your past does not define who you are. I hope that your past, your mistakes, you will not be defined by them, but your future, the end of your 2017 will be greater than the start of your 2017. And I hope that your 2018 will be much, much greater, and that you guys, you will develop a greater generation of Filipinos who are trading the markets with ease and confidence. So that's it for now. This is Marvin Germo, live from Bonifacio Global City. That's what I always say. I hope these videos help you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. I'll see you in all of our events in the next few weeks, from Davao, Cebu, Sydney, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, Doha, Qatar, Manila, Taiwan, and all of the events in between, pati London, CDO. I hope to see you all in the next few weeks. God bless you. Have a great night ahead. Roy Amorao, I'll see you in a bit.